The story begins with a notorious criminal being released from jail while expressing his regret only for it to be a facade that he drops after entering a deluxe taxi that has come to pick him up. While the furious media tries to follow this criminal, the taxi driver, Kim Do-gi, makes sure to leave the rest behind as he kidnaps the criminal Jo Do-chul and takes him to another prison. Following this, we are introduced to Jang Sung Chul, the representative of the Bluebird Foundation and owner of the Rainbow Taxi, as well as to prosecutor Kang Ha-na. Our badass taxi driver Kim Do-gi's life as a driver by the day and taker of revenge by night is seen as the scene shifts to the first case of the show. A young woman with an intellectual disability, Kang Maria, is seen trying to jump off a building when she sees an ad for the Rainbow Taxi and decides to take another route, the route of revenge. Kim Do-gi picks her up from the hospital and finds out her story, which leaves him speechless, and soon the mission begins. The others in the team, Jang Sung Chul, Ahn Go-eun, Choi Kyung-gu, and Park Jin-eun, meet up and soon they all vote in favor of taking up the case. Following this, the plans begin and soon Do-gi gets access inside the base of their target. Meanwhile, Kang Ha-na is investigating the disappearance of Jo Do-chul and contacts Sung Chul to find information on taxis while the latter visits Baek Sung-mi and puts her in charge of keeping the criminal locked. A flashback takes us to the time when Sung Chul first met Do-gi and found his situation to be similar to his own. Having lost their families to criminals, Sung Chul makes his way to Do-gi and invites him to join Rainbow Taxi, which is a secret organization that he runs to save those who have been denied the justice that was needed. Do-gi joins him and their adventures soon begin. We are soon taken back to Kang Maria's case where Do-gi and the others trick the former's tormentors and punish them in the best way possible while bringing freedom to Maria. Meanwhile, Ha-na continues to investigate the missing offenders who seem to disappear into thin air. The next case is that of a school violence victim whose bullies are soon tormented by their new substitute teacher Do-gi, who with his wit and actions teaches them a good lesson and brings them all to the right path. Following this, Do-gi is brought to deal with a tricky case at a tech company with a whitewashed face that hides a boss who has been abusing his employees. This case isn't as easy when the Rainbow Taxi team's tech genius, Go-eun, has to come face to face with a past that has left her traumatized. As Do-gi infiltrates the key department at the company, the two soon come across a video that shocks them to the core. It is of Go-eun's elder sister who committed suicide some time back and left Go-eun traumatized. She soon finds out that an exploitative video was spread on the internet by her sister's boyfriend that pushed her on the edge and had her commit suicide. Now, Go-eun needs time to recover, but the mission cannot be stopped and Do-gi continues to try and delete the video from the face of the planet. However, he soon finds out that the server is somewhere else and deleting these videos won't be an easy task. As he continues to search for their location, his boss is ready to put him through a trial that could possibly kill him. Do-gi is soon caught by the leader of the tech company. However, he isn't ready to give up and luckily for him, Go-eun soon stabilizes herself and saves the day. The team then prepare to bomb the servers and delete the vulgar videos forever. However, what he doesn't realize is that he has left behind his identity card back in the location, which has found its way to Ha-na. Meanwhile, Jo Do-chul escapes from Baek Sung-mi's prison and is on his way to Sung Chul. While Sung-mi warns Sung Chul about the same, it doesn't take long for Jo Do-chul to make his way to the latter, attack him and send him to the hospital. Elsewhere, Ha-na's suspicion continues to increase while a phone scam case comes up. Looking at the huge number of victims, Sung Chul and the others show a green signal to this case and the preparations begin. Park Jin-eun is selected to first infiltrate the lair of the criminals and is made to disguise himself as a 20-year-old, while Do-gi dons a new look which is ready to woo the female boss behind this huge scam. Do-gi soon charms Lim Bok-jae while the team gets their hand on the money that they have scammed. Soon, the money is brought back into their hands and returned to the ones who lost in the first place, while Lim Bok-jae and her gang are handed to the police. Meanwhile, Ha-na once again takes it upon herself to storm into Sung Chul's home to find the evidence that she expects. The next case brings Do-gi a shock as he finds Baek Sung-mi's personal assistant being part of a big criminal scheme and right in the middle of an organ trafficking circle. However, he soon finds out that this is something bigger than anything he has ever faced because the mastermind is the one who has been helping them hide criminals this whole time. Baek Sung-mi soon shows her real face to them all as she puts forth an exchange. The criminals will be given back to them in exchange for her right-hand man, Gu Yongtae. However, things don't go according to plan as Ha-na arrives on the scene with other officers and arrests Sung-mi and Do-gi while some of the criminals escape during the chaos. While Do-gi is locked during the investigation, the rest of the Rainbow Taxi team finds themselves in trouble. Sung-mi is soon released and makes her way to Sung Chul to capture him, while Go-eun rushes to find Kang Maria after the latter's call, only to find herself being caught with Maria. The two are captured by the ones whom they exacted their revenge as Go-eun finds herself facing her sister's ex-boyfriend, who is now ready to shoot another video which will now star herself. Do-ji soon finds out about the situation and strikes a deal with Ha-na, after which he escapes the prison as soon as possible and finds Jin-eun right outside. They soon find out about the situation and Jin-eun tells him to rush to the girls while he himself will make his way to Sung Chul and Kyunggu. Do-ji saves the two girls on time, however, they witness Jin-eun getting into an accident as the perpetrators mistake him for Do-ji. He soon sees red as he makes his way to Baek Sung-mi and takes her hostage to make way for Sung Chul and Kyunggu's escape. However, Sung-mi soon tries to escape, only to find him following, but her goons soon surround Do-ji who manages to be saved when Ha-na arrives with backup to save the day. But, Sung-mi manages to escape in the chaos and soon finds herself being followed by Do-ji who stops her from escaping and hands her over to Ha-na. The dust soon begins to settle down as the Rainbow Taxi team decides to shut down and take on a regular life. However, Do-ji soon has to face another matter of the past that has kept him awake all these years. Sung Chul soon finds out that Do-ji's mother's murderer was not the one who was caught but the criminal Oh Cheol-yong, who is also responsible for ruining Sung Chul's life. Oh Cheol-yong confesses that he indeed committed the murder and has revealed this now only because he was bored. While the prosecutors go on to apologize to the innocent man whose life was ruined for no reason, the latter shifts his attention to the Rainbow Taxi and hopes for revenge. Do-ji soon finds out the truth of this matter and is shocked by the way Oh Cheol-yong reveals and proves that he is the murderer. Sung Chul then reveals to him that Oh Cheol-yong may be messed up in the head, however, he holds a soft spot for his son. He also reveals that his son is none other than a guard working in the same prison his father is locked but is unaware that this notorious murderer is his father. Do-ji makes use of this knowledge and pushes Oh Cheol-yong into not publishing his book which could open up the wounds of the victims' families, and also move to another prison. Oh Cheol-yong agrees to these requests, however, he breaks the hand and leg of the young prison guard while on his way out. This creates a chain of effects as his son's unavailability in visiting his mother led to her death, leaving him without the only parent who was around him. Oh Cheol-yong screams in misery while looking at what he has done to his son but is unable to do anything to reverse it back, while Sung Chul leaves him behind after revealing this to him. The show then comes to an end with the Rainbow Taxi members living their individual lives, while meeting whenever there is a crime that calls for revenge. And this time, Kang Ha-na is also a part of this crime-defeating team.